Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well during this new moon in Scorpio. I wanted to share some thoughts with you, but before I do that, I actually want to extend my gratitude to everyone who offered their love, their support, their comfort, and condolences for the recent loss of one of my guinea pigs. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I post them relatively often. We have three of them now. We had four, but we lost one recently. So I thank everyone who sent their love and support. It really does mean a lot to me because it's hard to lose a pet. So I really appreciate all the support. So I thank you for that. But what I wanted to share with you today is this idea of taking up space. So let's get into it. And how this thought came to me as I was reflecting on the idea of understanding the importance of your needs and desires, your thoughts, your opinions, and understanding the importance of sharing your needs and desires and your wants, and the importance of sharing what it is that's on your mind, what it is that you deem important, the stuff that you're passionate about, how important it is to share those things. But it occurred to me that it's important to share those things, but from a place of understanding how important those things are. So, yes, sharing them, expressing what it is that's important to you, but also understanding how important it is that those things are acknowledged by yourself too. Because when we navigate through this world and we have our connections and relationships of any kind, it requires that we speak up about what it is that we want, what it is that we need, and what it is that's vital for our sense of safety, our sense of stability, our sense of comfort and closeness in our connections. But what can happen is if we don't understand how important it is for our voice to be heard and for our needs and desires to be acknowledged, what's going to be reflected back to us is what we already truly believe. So I was just thinking about this idea of speaking your truth and how important it is to speak your truth. And I don't disagree with that at all. I do think it is important to speak your truth. But if you speak your truth, but you don't understand how important your truth is, and you don't understand how important it is for you to be respected and appreciated, acknowledged and heard, you're going to be speaking your truth and it's going to seem like it's falling on deaf ears because it's going to be reflecting on some level that you yourself don't understand that your truth is important. So it's going to feel like you're shouting from the mountaintop, well, why doesn't somebody listen to me and hear me? And it might not go anywhere. There may be some people that acknowledge it, but from what I'm seeing, it seems to be like a percentage thing. So you may get 20% acknowledgement from people, and then the rest of the 80% you may not. But it's so important for us to understand our value and to understand how important our needs and desires are. This is what allows us to truly take up space, is when we can understand how important we are and what we need, how important those needs and desires are. Because if we don't understand that, and we go into any situation and we try to express this, but not from a genuine place of knowing our value, and we get the reflection of people in our environment that don't truly appreciate and understand that, it can cause us to actually shrink. So if we don't understand how important we are, even if we are speaking our truth, we still end up shrinking because what is going to be reflected is what we actually believe. So, what allows us to really take up space in any situation, when we come into a room and we're actually taking up space, we're allowing ourselves to fully embody the truth of who we are. So, we're not just talking about it, we're not just saying stuff, because it's not so much what you say, it's the energy behind it. So, when we fully embody through our energy signature, just through just the embodiment of who we are, that's what allows us to take up space, not just the speaking of truth. Because as I said, you could talk all you want. What reflects is not necessarily what we say, but the energy behind what we say. So, and I just want to go into this a little bit. This is why it may be common for people to experience, and I've experienced it, where it's like, yeah, I'm going to speak my truth. So then we start getting mad. We go into anger when something doesn't either go our way, or we feel like people aren't listening, and we shout and we yell, and we get upset when people aren't listening. But what's bouncing off of them is like, you don't even value yourself. And I do feel on a subconscious level, people feel that. People can feel when you don't truly value yourself. They may not consciously know, this person doesn't value themselves, but they can subconsciously, they're subconsciously reacting to it. So I say that to say this: know and understand that you are valuable on all levels. Your needs, your wants, your desires, your dreams, your ideas, your thoughts, your opinions, all of that stuff is important. And it's not so important for other people to understand that. It's important for you to understand that. Don't rely on other people's understanding of what it is that you're showing up with, because people may not understand. They may not get it. We've talked about this before. It's not a matter of them really understanding. Don't rely on that. What you need to be able to do is show up for yourself, to make it known, okay, this is what I need. This is what's important to me. This is what I want. Take up that space. And what will happen, especially in a relationship scenario, is when you take up that space, you give people the option of whether or not they want to meet that need. And it gives them the option of choosing whether or not they want to stay and meet that need, or if they want to leave. And maybe it's too much for them, and that's okay. But unless you allow yourself to fully show up for yourself, you don't really get a clear sense of where people are at and where they stand in your life. Because another thing that you may have done is you may have prioritized the opinions, thoughts, needs, and wants of other people. Because you may have been afraid to take up that space out of fear that if you take up that space, people may not stick around. And people may not want to honor what it is that you need. So you stay quiet, you shrink, you dim yourself. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying you don't have to do that anymore. Give people the option as to whether or not they want to stick around. And the people that are truly meant to be in your life will stick around. And they'll explore whatever options they can in order to make it work for you. So don't be afraid to take up that space. If people don't want to stick around, they don't have to. But you need to take up that space. It's safe for you to do that. So be willing to have people in your life. Take that risk and be willing to have people in your life that truly want to be there, not people that are sticking around because you're shrinking yourself down and dimming your light and hoping that if you prioritize them first, you'll buy their love and respect and attention, that's not even genuine. So be open to having people around you that actually want to be there. All right? So I send you all so much love during this new moon in Scorpio. I made a post on all my social media platforms of what to consider and what to look into during this new moon in Scorpio, so you can check it out. And if you're checking this out at any other time, thank you for watching. So I send you all so much love. Take care. Bye-bye.